And welcome back. Welcome back. This is Dr. Dwayne Wood, y'all. And I am coming back with you to talk about another piece of software that I use in tracking the things in my health. As we've been talking about New Year, New You, lots of different apps that I've shown that I've been using, and people have asked questions about them. If you've not done so yet, go back and watch the videos that I did on other apps. I did two on continuous glucose monitors, one the Libre and the Dexcom. And today, in this episode, I'm going to be talking about the FitIndex app. FitIndex app, that's the app that I use to kind of track my weight and some other components as we are working to be healthy. Remember, New Year, New You. Our goal is, how do we reverse diabetes? How do we put diabetes in remission? How do we get off of some medications? How do we decrease the insulin that we're taking? And anything that you want to change, you've got to track. And in this case, I am also tracking my weight because that's a big component of the management of my diabetes. And let's just hop over and we'll take a look at that as we've been doing. Once again, if you've not done so, go back and watch some of the other videos that we've done on different apps. So the FitIndex app is an app that actually Bluetooths to a scale, right? It's a scale. You Bluetooth it, and the information, when you step on the scale, it just comes right across. So we'll just kind of run through the app itself. The scale, we'll do another we'll do another show on that perhaps. Let's see if so we'll come back, we'll do another show on that, but let's take a look at the app right now. And so this is what the app looks like. Okay, and you'll see right in the middle, it has my name and it has what my current weight is, and that's the weight when I stepped on the scale. There are some other things here on the screen. I can also check not just weight, but I can also track circumference. So neck size, shoulder size, chest size, waist, abdomen, biceps, triceps, calves, wrist to hip ratio. All of that information can be there. Right now, I don't track that. I have been primarily using the information here on the weight screen, and we'll go through some more of this. There are goals, right? So weight goal, and if you guys remember back in January, I came on and gave that I had achieved my weight goal, which was below 200, and you'll see we're still maintaining that, and that's probably about a month, half to maybe 2 months ago. Body fat goal as well. So if I click on that body fat goal, you can set that, and right now we're set at 24%. If I go to my weight goal, so our goal was below 200, and we've set a new weight goal of 190. And you'll see here in a minute that we actually achieved the goal below 190, but I don't celebrate. Well, I celebrate that, but I kind of maintain. I've got to maintain some things, so make sure that that's not just a one-time thing, right? So it's not just a one-time, okay, you've achieved it, and then now we'll go back up. So my goal is to get below 190 and to stay there, and you'll see some of that here in just a minute. All right, so from September 25th of 2020, I've had a total of 31.4 pounds. Now, what I'll show you in a minute is that, well, let's go to trends. I'm going to go there for a sec. If I look at my trends and go to weight, where is that? There we go. Yeah. So if I go to weight, back here in March of last year, I was 240 pounds. So from there to now, we've actually achieved more than that, right? But if I scroll back, you'll see that back in, what was that, September? Yeah, in September of, let's go back, September of 20, I think is what it said. Actually, let me go back to that screen because I want to see. September 25th of 2020. All right, so here you are. So back in September of 2020, which is when I started using this apparently. So I don't have time before that, but we've already gone through what my weight was over that time. It was like 285 or something like that. So at that time, I had gotten down to 230. And then had picked up some weight again and have been climbing from there. So since September of 2020, that's where the 31 pounds comes from. But if we go back to my highest weight during this time, from 260 down to 195, right? So that's about 65 pounds roughly. Okay. And then from March of last year to now, it's about 40 pounds. Okay. And as I've said to you before, when we're talking about weight, we're looking at the trend. So my general trend, I'm looking at, if I look at the individual numbers and say, oh my goodness, I was 230, I went way up here, right? But over the course of time, the trend continues to be in the direction that I want it to be. Okay. All right. So let's go back to right. So that's what those numbers are. And then of course the BMI, you'll see you can select what the BMI is or the range is. And so the BMI, I'm down 4.5 BMI points since September of 2020. And roughly for each BMI point you want to go down is about 5 to 6 pounds, depending on whether you're male or female. And then, of course, down here, we'll see all of those, things like weight, what's the weight is, what the BMI is, body fat, and we'll show a graph there. It didn't do it on this particular one, but I'll show you what those graphs look like here in just a minute. Let's see what else. So let's go to trends. And trends, I can look at, this is the weight trend. And we're looking at that over the years. You'll see it will track that. And so the trend over the past year has been what you see here at the bottom. Okay, so roughly about a year now. If I look at my BMI, also you'll see the BMI has dropped. So from 34 down to 27.9. And according to the charts and so forth, you guys know that the BMI of 25 is considered what's considered normal. My body fat has continued dropping as well, so it will do that. Now the scale has sensors in it, so it does body mass index. It will do body fat percentage. This next one is, it shows me body water. So over the course of time, my body water has gone up. So I've been making sure that I've been hydrating. Okay, so that's a very important thing that we want to do as we're moving through the weight part. Skeletal muscle has gone up. My BMR has gone down. Now, there's a whole conversation that we're going to have as we go through the show or go through the year about BMR and whether that's a good thing, bad thing, right? Depending on what you're doing, depending on where you are. Most people will say that your BMR should not go down during weight loss. That means that your body is conserving energy, and that that soon the body's going to reset and make you put the weight back on. That's a whole conversation that we'll have to have. But for now, you'll see that my BMR went down from 1892 calories down to 1790. See, where did I go? Did I miss? Yeah, there we go. My fat-free body weight has gone down. Okay. Subcutaneous fat has gone down. Now, one of the challenges as we talk about weight is a lot of people they'll say, okay, I don't notice that my weight when I look at myself has gone down. Well, remember, as we're losing weight, we lose weight in other places as well. So sometimes we'll lose weight, the visceral fat, which is the fat around the organs. You won't see that readily on the outside. We'll also lose fat below the skin, subcutaneous fat. Now, I'll tell you that I have noticed, as I've lost weight, I've noticed that it's still winter time. I'm in Alabama, so it's not like a huge winter, but we've had some cold days, and I have been colder, right? So as I'm losing that subcutaneous fat, of course, I've been more sensitive to cold. Here is a visceral. Okay, here's visceral fat, and so you see that my visceral fat, along with my subcutaneous fat, has gone down as well. My muscle mass has gone down. Now, once again, this is one where people sometimes can get confused. We do not want to lose muscle. Okay, let me make that the overriding statement. Depending on how much weight you're losing, you're going to lose some muscle, right? Because some people have muscle to lose, right? As they're losing fat, you will lose some of the protein that's in there. And once again, another conversation that we have to put that in perspective. Generally speaking, no, we do not want to lose muscle. But if you're taking off the kind of weight that a lot of us will have to take off, you will lose some muscle, and we'll have a conversation about where and how and what that means. And then, of course, my bone mass has gone down. Once again, another conversation to have about what that means and how, whether that's detrimental or not. My protein. So protein has gone up. And then my metabolic age has gone down, right? So up here, my metabolic age was 62. I was an old man. Let's go back over here. Yeah. So I was an old man over here. And then now I'm getting to be a younger man. So I'm aging in reverse, y'all. Yes, I love that. Love that. Okay. And then down at the bottom here, there are, this is where you can actually go in and you can purchase other items that they have. Let's see, do they have, okay, this is the scale. All right, so that's what the scale looks like, and it Bluetooths to your phone. Okay, that's the right, that's what it looks like. Yeah, there we go. So when you step on the scale, your foot goes on those oval-looking things, and those are the sensors. And those sensors is what it uses to track things like fluid status and bone mass and muscle mass and subcutaneous fat and so forth. Okay. All right. So that's there. And then, of course, the account information. It says that this is me, right? That this is me. Awesome. All right. So that is the FitIndex monitor or app that I use to track. Remember, anything that you want to improve, you want to track, and this is the app that I use. There are several other apps that are out there. I use an app also to track, my exercise, and there's an app that I use to look at different foods and what the contents of the foods are. And we'll come back. We'll do shows on those as well. But I wanted to make sure that we did this one. You have to be tracking. Right? Whether you're tracking on a sheet of paper, a notebook, you've got a board, a software on your computer, you've got to be able to track it because, one, we want to be able to celebrate when we have wins, right? I can look back because a lot of the data that's there, I would not really remember if I wasn't tracking, if it wasn't in there, okay? So we can celebrate wins. We can look back and say, okay, this worked. What was I doing at that time? If I'm getting a little stuck, or it seems like I'm slipping, or it seems like things aren't moving the way I want, I can go back and look and say, okay, this was a time when things in this instance were going well, whatever it is. Right now we're talking about the weight app, but other items that you're looking at, blood sugars, exercise, the foods that you're eating. And so tracking it, making sure that you have a record of it is very important for all of those purposes. And there are other people that are out there that you can share the information with, okay? As we're moving through the space, I would love to engage with you. Let us know, hey, what my blood sugar is, what my weight has been, my body mass, all those things are things that we can use to encourage each other. And so here we've been doing the FitIndex app. That's what I use to track my weight. And we've done other shows on other apps that we've used. We'll do shows on the devices themselves. But right now, this is where we are. Okay. So as always, I am happy that you're here. I'm glad that you came through. This is Dr. Dwayne Wood. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for Endocrinology. Here on the channel, I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health, your life, avoid complications, and go to the next level, creating the life you've always wanted. And then this year, y'all, new year, new you. We'll see you.